I am very quiet. I know. It's odd considering Viggy always talks. But I'm simply refreshing my page. There I am. I'm live. Now let's see if I hear my beautiful, beautiful voice we all love. Hear my beautiful, beautiful voice. And I want to kill myself. Wonderful. So I know my internet's been fucking shit, right? I don't know what's going on with the consistency. It flickers, the quality degrades all over the place. But I'm just gonna do my best to try to stream for an hour and a half. I do miss drawing and streaming, of course, right? All over the floor, everywhere. Come join me. So yeah, whoever's here, draw along. Let's hope the quality is good. Let's hope the internet isn't too garbage today. But yeah, I do have a good idea for this drawing. It's been a couple of weeks. It's been a few weeks, I think. Fuck. But either way, I mean, the thing is, like, well, I can say this for certain now. Like, this I drew, like, at the tail end of, like, a fucking 2.5 hour drawing session stream, right? This was literally, like, zero mental energy being used, right? Which I can be pretty proud of in the sense that, like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and yet, like, my brain was not even working. I mean, look, the textures, it's already done. Like, we can't fix the textures. That's already gone to shit, right? Um, I'm wondering if I'm trying to think, like, should this also have that same texture? I think it should. And, think being the main word right now is like, I don't know if it is gonna look decent, but I actually have like a main goal for today in terms of what I want to draw, right? I want to draw because the whole point of this, I've decided I mean, I already decided initially, but the whole point of this specific drawing from imagination is to really push the bounds of my understanding of scale, right? Like I really want to, I mean, it's going to be inaccurate no matter what, but I really want to push what I understand of scale, or like at least to push the sense of scale. And that's it. That's my riveting commentary. I do hope some people join along, right? It would be nice, but my channel's dying. The fucking channel's going to shit. So I also am completely okay with, I mean, I say that, but I'm not. I'm literally, I'm which are we so sad, right? Nobody's pulling up, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe there are people watching right now for a few minutes and they're like, all right, this guy's fucking annoying, and they dip, and that's all I need. I just need the validation that I exist, even if you dislike me, especially if you dislike me, right? I'm just a dude staring at a piece of paper, talking to it in my parents' basement. All right, you have to understand, I'm nothing to entertain me apart from my own whimsy, right? One watching, there you go, and that's just myself. Okay, so this is what I want to do for today's stream, right? Which is establish scale. Um, the main thing is, do I want this? Because this is not a dragon, but if we're trying to make it look like a dragon, right? This right now looks huge, right? But I have an idea. But right now, the main idea I have is I want this dickhead, this dragon. We'll call him Sir. What can we give this dragon as a name, right? What can we give a name to this dragon? How about Artorius, the Bortorius Mortorius, right? It's not as epic as Smaug, but it's close, right? Artorius, the Bortorius Mortorius, really, really fucking disgusting name too, honestly. But the fact that I can remember it, that's a testament to the staying power. But anyways, I'm trying to think. So I obviously want to draw the other arm because I want the other arm to be holding something. What it's gonna be holding, you'll all see. And also, there's like the whole gesture thing, composition, right? So like, where should the arm be coming out? Right? Like, where should it be coming out is the main question. Because like, there's something called tangents. I know when I went to Fan Expo, one of the artists there, because I went to everybody and asked them relatively the same questions. We were all like, what are some suggestions regarding composition and like placement of elements on a screen, right? Because that's something obviously that's a huge part. Like, even if you have shit fucking art, if you just have decent design sense and decent composition sense, and by decent I mean at least it's semi-realistic, like the forms aren't crashing on it, you can create some incredible, incredible artwork, right? Like all of these fundamentals matter, of course, and the reason my art looks decent is because my form is decent. But I'll say decent one more time. Having decent composition will make it much less garbage, right? So one thing is tangents, and another thing is like, okay, like how do we like, okay, so the other shoulder would be here, because yes, dragons have shoulders, of course. This is a fucking jack dragon, right? So shoulder, and then he's holding this. Now, my main thing is like I want to give space. That's the thing. Like whatever this dragon is holding, I want it to be further back to give space. Yeah, like I wanted it to be further back to give space. But again, like in my mind, I had already oriented everything slightly different than it actually is on the page. Like in my mind, I thought I had more space to draw this. Right. By the way, this is the drawing part. I want to be very clear. Like I'm drawing right now. I'm thinking in my mind. I'm trying to figure out how the elements should be placed on the page. Right. And the big question is like, okay, well, actually, hey, Trablados. Yo, thank you. You're the only fucking reason I even have anybody watching or any watch hours right now. So thank you. I appreciate the retention. I hope you've been drawing along. I think you mentioned in one of your comments that it helped you get out of your like own headspace and just to draw. So that's awesome. I'm very fucking happy that my video was able to be a conduit for that. Right. I'm glad that I'm hoping that yeah, it's helping and it's giving you good habits, man. Right? I'm stuttering. I'm flustered. First time somebody's ever come on stream and since the last time. So, right. So wow, genius. Right. But yeah, how's it going? Draw along, draw along. Okay, let's see. Okay, so first I need to think like what because this is not the middle of this dragon's body. In fact, we can just say it's kind of like some little vein thing. Right. Uh and this is obviously part of some bullshit that I'm making up right now. Right, but that is not the middle of the dragon's body. Right? Also, I appreciate you actually using the ViggyFam, the hashtag ViggyFam, right? I know it's shit. I know nobody really. I know it's completely being run to the ground, but I appreciate you for being part of the people who run it to the ground, right? Thank you. Thank you for proving that ViggyFamming is legit. We're not crazy. We're just ViggyFammers, right? And anyways, bullshit aside, let's see. I'm trying to. It's really hard to think about who is this guy. Hey yo, park it, you fucking cunt. How is it going? How is it going? Right. Look at that. We got the entire crew. With the entire crew. My two OGs. Right. Problodos since after the Broken Draw stream. Park it since the absolute beginning. Right. The fans who will always remind me that I'm a piece of shit. Much appreciated. Park it honestly more than anybody. You fucking the fucking dickhead. This fucking goes out of his way to remind me that I'm a dick. That I'm less than. I'm a fucking amoeba, right? The lowest life form. But anyways, let's see. You know what? I'm going to. Okay, so let's just say the other part of this dragon, quote unquote, dragon's body. Don't you think that thinking about the diagonals messes you up a bit? I'm like a mirror in your case. Thank you, bro. Thank you. You remind me of who I am, worthless. Don't you think thinking about the diagonals, thinking about the lines on the diagonals messes you up? That's the whole point. The whole point is to be able to think to that level of intensity. Like the fact that it's messing me up is good. Like if I'm not getting tripped up, if I'm not constantly having to reconstruct, reevaluate, reanalyze, reintegrate myself into society because I'm fucking what is it? What's the fuck? I was gonna make like a Joker meme, but I can't think of it. Right? Cool playing. Thank you. Thank you. And thinking about the box after having started drawing something also gets in the way a little. Exactly. That's the whole point. The whole point is the fact that spatial reasoning is difficult because visualizing and thinking about something prior to making the mark and then having to consistently think about it while making a mark, which is now your primary focus, is in conflict. It's in conflict, just like this, right? So that's the whole point. Like the whole point is if it's difficult, right? The Kim Jong Il has already said that from the first line he maintained that angle. But the thing is, you have to understand is Kim Jong Il is saying he's maintaining the angle, but what he's maintaining is the entire fucking perspective, right? But for him, he can just say the word angle and be like, haha, yes, I'm maintaining the angle. But we don't see all the. There's literally an interview where he's like, I wish you could see the invisible lines that I see, right? When he's being interviewed and he's drawing along, right? Because the interviewer is baffled how he's always thinking. And she's like, you're always thinking. He's like, of course. He's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Right? So it's just his tier is like I maintain the angle, but what is he seeing? Fucking box, fucking cross axis, fucking like the perspective, the figure, the mannequin inside that with the manipulated shapes inside of it, right? Which he's explicitly stated. It's just again like artists on his level, extreme draftsmen, they use very simple terminology to explain the very complicated processes going on in their mind. I'm just again demystify, right? I'm simply explaining that to a degree where you can be like, oh shit, there's a lot more going on, and that's constantly going on, right? Even a lot of these things are intuitive for me, but I still explain them for you, the beginner, for you, somebody who's I guess quote unquote worse than me or whatever, right? To be like, oh yeah, no, like that's what's happening, Because in the beginning, the first 2 years, that's what took me 2 years to even get slightly intuitive, is understanding that like I'm just thinking about these things constantly, and the more I think about them, the more I try, the more I keep trying to like fix them when they go to shit, is when I'm getting better, right? So that's the disconnect that I think you're having, is you're like, wait, but these really good artists are just saying they just think about the, because you might be projecting your understanding onto them, where they're like, oh yeah, they just think about the play. No, 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 they're thinking about a fuck ton more than you and I could fathom. For them, it's just like, of course I see this entire fuckery and like this and these like 2 layers, 3 layers of perspective, and like I can zoom out and see the entire page, and like there's a composition roughly laid out and like pretty clear guidelines, right? Which I can then play with, because they play with that. And that's something I'm trying to do right now, is like the concept of play, right? But it is all based on years, years and years. See, I made this line. Let's see how it goes. Years and years of dedicated effort and constant visualization. Right. So I hope that answers your question. Right. It's not that they're not thinking to an extreme degree. It's just the vocabulary they're using. Right. And that's why Antonio from Art Watt is great, because he's broken it down. He's like, no, no, no. Like these guys are all doing some pretty intense, crazy shit in their minds. Right. It's just for them. It's just like, oh yeah, whatever. You know. Because think about it. It's been decades for them. Do you really think they remember everything? Why do you think I'm documenting everything? Right. I literally made that. This is a video for beginner artist video, because I was starting to forget just how much effort it took me to even get to the point where I can draw a line without fucking crying from pen. Right? Like, bro. But let's see. I want this things like, okay, if I'm going to create scale, right? If I'm going to create scale, I hope you're all drawing along, by the way. But if I'm going to create scale, I need to think about. I want. Obviously, I want to make this thing's arms or hands relatively large, right? So yeah, this should help a lot. I have a pretty good idea of what I'm trying to do. But I just want to make sure the gesture of the the gesture, right? What a beautiful term, because I know what that fucking means. But I want to make sure the, let me fucking caress my page even more, even though I'm not even visualizing anything right now. But I want to make sure the gesture of what I'm drawing, or at least like, and establish the scale of what I'm gonna do, is going to make it so that it's very clear that this thing is fucking huge. Like the whole point is to, I want to showcase this thing is huge, and we're gonna use this plane, because this plane right now looks like this is equally as big as this, right? But I'm gonna draw this plane in this thing's hand, and it's gonna be like this big. So it'll be like, oh, okay, okay, this is scale. Like this thing's way above, and that's my understanding as well. Is like we can literally make something that looks like it's right in front of it look like, be like it's way more above it, right? And this is like super. This is basically the extreme foreground. This is the background, right? Or mid ground, right? And then this plane I'm gonna draw here, this thing's arm. Maybe not in this session, right? But it's gonna be drawn, you know? And that's how, at least that's how I'm thinking about establishing skill. I have to draw on a writing block. I don't have my sketchbook on a writing book. I don't have my sketchbook on me. I mean, you ever thought of not just being a dumbass and just having your sketchbook on you, a fucking idiot? Because I don't. I don't think. So you're already 10 steps ahead, right? But let's see. Okay, so this thing is, see, like I actually already fucked up, because I made the elbow here, but then it makes me think like, what is happening? Like what? Like not that I haven't really know how the anatomy is connecting right now. I'm really trying to think about what the other side of the body is gonna look like, but right now it's already really difficult to think about how this thing's gonna be wrapping around what I'm trying to draw. But first, I need to establish the scale of this thing. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna draw the head now. And first, like, where's it wrapping around? Is it grabbing him by the body, this thing that I'm gonna draw, or is it grabbing him by the neck? I would rather it be grabbing it by the body, because then I have more space here. I think it's cool when someone draws something in an unexpected way, like starting in a different way because they're visualizing it in a mind. Yeah, that's the fun part, right? I've already seen you doing that. Yeah, well, that's the beautiful part. Is the pact? What the fuck? The fact that we will all build the same skills relatively. Like we're all gonna work on our lines, our form, our design, our shape manipulation, our perspective, our composition, fucking values, whatever. Like throughout our lifetimes, we're all gonna build the same types of skills, but how we express it, especially drawing from imagination. Like again, Broken Draw, Bryce Colander, they're very Like they have a general idea and then they're very experimentative. Me, and that's what they like to do, and that's what they lean into, and that's the process they like. For me, I'm enamored by visualization and just building the ability to really try to see and think about what I'm going to be doing, right? And that results in me again, like as you said, right? Being like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, I'm gonna do it like this, and then I make the first fucking mark, and I'm like, oh fuck, now I have to adjust, which is my own type of experimentation and sort of finding the path, which is like I thought I was gonna do this, but then I ended up doing this, and now I have to change everything, right? So it's the same thing. Like no matter how much you try to visualize, right? It's just the idea that you really try to get in your mind, right? And it's just to the extent of like what fidelity do you want that idea in your mind? Like right now, I have to really, I'm still thinking about the space, like, because this thing is grabbing around this, right? So I have to think, like, where is this thing's head, right? Like, where is this thing's head that I'm going to be drawing? And I want to be free. Make that fucking shit joke every time. But okay, so we'll have it like this. And then we'll have the eyes up here. Now, see, I've committed. I've committed to this. So now I have to make sure that this makes some little bit of a sense, right? It has some semblance. And doing, by the way, what I'm drawing right now, like you'll see, hopefully you'll see what I'm drawing, but this is a lot of it is just from memory. And I've only analyzed the thing I'm drawing right now for maybe like 5 minutes. So it is definitely nothing impressive, but, and obviously like I have to make the marks very, very small, right? And I'm using recall. So recall is very difficult, but I'm using recall right now to hopefully, uh, yeah, hopefully give this a little bit of staying power in the sense that like it is legitimate, right? Now I'm really focused right now, so what I just said probably makes no fucking sense. But what I'm trying to say is like, but I mean, what a person starts from an unexpected place, not in a linear way. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Where like that, I mean, a lot of artists, a lot of people who try to draw from imagination do that, right? Where you think they're gonna start with the fucking head or the hands or the eyes or whatever like place that seems more grounded, and then they're like, let me start from the butthole, and you're like, what the fuck? This is right. So that is obviously, it's cool to see that. Okay. Now, again, I'm trying to, this is actually great for testing my lines as well. And you can see my lines are being definitely tested. And I'm trying to like think about a design as well. Like this, make your favorite One Piece character. Fuck off, bro. I'm not doing the art wall challenge. It's done. I'm not doing that shit. It's over, man. It's over. But I actually was thinking about doing that challenge, but then as you all know, with my amazing, amazing ability to never actually stream on time, uh, kind of went to shit. I might do their next mermaid one if I get the chance, right? And let's see. I remember like there would be shit jutting out like this on the um on the design, right? I don't even think this looks like what I want it to look like. Read it right, you blind person. What's your favorite One Piece character? Jesus Christ, you're correct. What's my favorite One Piece character? Bro, it's like asking me what's my favorite One Piece character? Yeah, that's like asking me that. But no idea, bro. Hold up. Let me at least try to finish this a little bit. But hopefully you can start to see what I'm kind of drawing, right? But I will say, like, again, like I love the way the fucking artists draw this shit. Like, it is so cool. The amount of different designs that these have, like, it is. This is why I'm okay. Like, clearly you can see that I'm trying to draw a mech, right? But the amount of different designs that the artists put into this shit is amazing. And I already like fucked up this quite drastically, but that's why I'm trying to make it make sense. Let's see. And then we'll bring it here, right? This is basically just a manipulated shape, by the way, heavily manipulated box, right? Heavily manipulated. And it's one, now I'm going to chill and draw along. Wonderful. Just read through Skype again. Enel, oh dude, Enel's such a cool character. Enel's such a fucking cool character, right? Genuinely such a cool fucking character. Um, I remember like when he was first introduced, it just broke the meta in the sense like, yo, like this guy's actually a bit too OP, right? But and I watched One Piece first before I read it, and then I haven't read it in a while. I draw in a notebook with lines, sad face. Where the fuck? What are these weird ass emojis that YouTube's been giving people? Like it makes no fucking sense to me. It looks disgusting, bro. But that's just a Viggy opinion, which is the right opinion. And yes, we're just gonna add Viggy to everything. Right? Oh yes, I'm Viggy eating right now. Oh look, look at me, I'm Viggy taking a shit. Right? That's just the Viggy way. Fucking disgusting. Okay, and then we will have, let's draw a line there. This is good. It genuinely forces me to think about the other side. Because one thing I've 100%, I think a lot of artists struggle with, but me, of course, as well, is drawing through on the other side. Okay, but who's my favorite One Piece character? I really like Blackbeard's first introduction. Like that, I thought was sick. I like them because they're goofy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, and again, like Oda doesn't shy away from interesting character designs. That's still like he more than anybody, I think, very clearly has established style, right? Like he's very clearly established like an impressive, particular to him style. Because and what does that mean? That just means his mannequinization is top tier, right? Like he just has a clear understanding of what he wants his characters to look like. And okay, what's this looking like on the other side? Because I was drawing shit, right? But the swimming mask is just a weird emote that I like. Oh, you're talking about the emojis. Hey Anil, how are you doing? Anil, humans have accepted that they can't defeat the disasters of nature. I'm one of them. That's what makes me God. I know, right? Oh, dude. Like characters who are prideful and can back it up with, as the youngins say nowadays, like aura farming or whatever the fuck, right? Like that shit makes me nut. Like it's so fucking good. Like it's so fucking good, right? But if you can't tell already, like I'm basically like I looked at a couple images of Gundam designs and I'm just trying to recall that. I'm not doing it well. Like I'm obviously not doing it well. Like there's and obviously like they have much more space. But this like this design right here, you see with the thing spiking out, that's one thing I kept noticing, right? But yeah, like cocky characters, I fucking love. Dude, Escanor is one of my favorite fucking characters. Like dude, he's just that is my sin. The scene, like it was better in the manga too, but obviously fucking elitist. But the scene where that doesn't look that bad. It doesn't. The main thing that is making this look less Gundam-like is definitely the fact that I didn't add like a second one here, right? And obviously like it's pretty skewed, but oh no, fuck the see the eyes make it look worse actually. The eyes definitely make it look worse. Oh yeah, the eyes definitely make it look worse. Joe, Escanor is legit the only good thing about Seven Deadly Sins. I really like the first season to be honest. I genuinely thought they had like a shit ton of potential with that, but you know, it kind of like they didn't really get the opportunity, I guess you could say, to uh flesh it out. The perspective's off here, so I need to think because I fucked up the perspective. This should have been a lot more drastic like that, I think. Well, we're gonna leave it because now I'm just creating random lines overlapping over random lines, so we're gonna leave it. I definitely think I should have honestly left because now it looks like he's smirking. This is supposed to be a fucking mask, and it looks like he's fucking smirking, which doesn't look good, right? But like the whole point is I was trying to show the scale. Like a Gundam is basically fucking tiny compared to this thing, right? And I wanted to add some more shit, but first, yeah, I wanted to add some more shit. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna black the eyes out. I don't like the fact that he has eyes. Stupid. Yeah, this is definitely a goddamn testament or to how fine lines are so difficult. Let's see, maybe if we do something like this. This will there you go. That does make it look a lot more mechanical. There you go. It's like these tiny little changes. Usopp lips. Hey man, Usopp's lips are beautiful. How dare you? Okay. But like that's definitely the Gundam design, like that shit. And I was just trying to pay attention, understand that like, hey, there's also like these little things they have jutting out. It's hard. It's hard to understand when there's so many different things you want to add to the design. I mean, like Gundam in and of itself has a fuck ton of things you want to add to the design, but let's see, and then we'll add. I've seen a lot of this where it's just like a fucking giant ellipse attached like so, and I'm really trying to zoom out and also think about just where or like how these all connected. But right now, my brain can basically only focus on this at the same time. And I obviously do want to have gesture. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do want to have some motion, something that shows that hey, they're fighting, right? But oh yeah, dude, like Eskiner, okay, Eskiner, what the fuck? The main thing I was trying to say is that scene where he's walking up to Estarossa, right? Okay, and the anime did this so well. I don't know if it was the beginning of the episode or the end of the episode, but basically the first time he pulls up to Estarossa, right? Or no, it was the beginning of the next episode where by the way, these are coffee stains. I fucking spilled coffee on my goddamn drawing a few sessions ago, like literally 3 days ago. Hello, hey, Blue Mars, fucking Blue Mars the goat, bro, always pulling up and making me feel so validated. But let's see. That scene is so sick, dude. Exactly. But the music, it's called. I have it as my fucking ringtone. It's called like Gong, 4N or something. It's like. Anyways, like, you get the point. But that fucking scene is so sick because he's literally walking up to him, and then Esteros is like such hubris, and he's like, "Of course, that is my sin," and I'm like, "Oh, Busta not to just fucking jizz everywhere." It's so good, bro. It's like the teenager in me will never die in that sense, no matter how, like how old I get, just the epicness. Like I love epic shit. I just like when the music and like, people say solo leveling is epic. Solo leveling was pretty good, but they had it better in the first season. And then I think after that, like it's just become kind of basic, quote unquote, in my opinion, in terms of like, oh, oral farming. It's like, no, no, bro. Watch Fairy Tale, Natsu scenes. That shit's epic. Watch Attack on Titan. That shit's epic. Like watch Blue Exorcist. Like there's a lot of epic shit there, right? It's okay. I'm trying to think. Anyways, this is just my opinion, of course. It's better than yours, but there's also this. So we'll do this. Okay, yeah, I'm just like slowly remembering all the different ways these fuckers drew the Gundams, right? I pity you for wanting to fight me. Fairy Tail and Blue Exorcist mention, of course. Okay, Fairy Tail gets a lot of slack, but it's fucking epic. Okay, I talked about this in like my beginner welcome to my channel, my intro video, right? But dude, Fairy Tail is like I still to this day have not found an anime that did epic as well as Fairy Tail, apart from Attack on Titan, right? Like, and what I mean by that is the sound design of the original 175 episodes, right? The sound design, what the fuck, the sound design, the sound direction, the voice acting direction, right? Yeah, Fairy Tail was one of my first anime too, but like it's so fucking epic. Like, and the music in the original when they used Pony Canyon as their what's it called, their music company was so good. Like it just doesn't. You can't beat the fucking fairy glitter theme. You can't beat the what's it called? The Dragon Slayer theme. Dragon Slayer theme literally to this day makes me fucking come. All right, that's saying a lot because I'm getting old. I'm really running out. My liters have become milliliters. But let's see. And I'm pretty sure Gundams have like that's what they do. I don't watch any anime, but I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen now. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, honestly, like this is gonna sound so fucking typical of guys who grew up with 2000s, like 2010s anime, but it's good. It's nothing incredible. It's entertaining. And you're allowed to, by the way, you're allowed to enjoy it. Of course you are. Like this is just me shoehorning my opinion in because genuinely I was like, it's nice, right? I didn't think it was anything fucking spectacular, right? Trauma the show, have fun. But I want to say I've only seen the first season, so this is all just based on my opinion of the first season, right? I haven't caught up. Actually, I've just been on my isekai trash era, as I like to call it, right? Let's see. Do I want to do? Oh, I have seen Gundams do such shit like this, where it's just yeah, there you go. Where it just goes through. It just goes through, and it's just like this is they do a lot of like artificial fluff padding, right? There's like a lot of artificial fluff padding, which I really like because it makes me think about the fact that there's a lot to the design, right? They just add so much shit, bro. They just add so much shit for the sake of adding shit, right? This is actually starting to look like a pretty decent mech, and it's only because I spent fucking 10 minutes today, and like 5 minutes yesterday. just being like, "What does it look like, man? What does it look like?" Right? And that's why we're here. Which is again the power of form, right? Like the more complex forms you can draw that connect with each other, the more complexity you can just draw in general. It's just it's beautiful in that sense, right? I'm still fucking this up actually quite a bit, but we're just because I actually don't even I can't even think about what the form is here. TBH fam. Ah shit, I drew way too many there, so I have to fucking draw more here now. I actually don't even know what the perspective of this is that I'm drawing. But yeah, dude, Fairy Tail, I still can't get over it. Like it's so fucking good. You know, Natsu versus Art Fight is coming up. Is anyone here participating? I've heard about this, but I don't even know how to participate, nor have I actually ever participated, right? But I've heard about it. If that means anything. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I've seen this. A lot of like the Gundams definitely have like these giant fucking unnecessary shoulder pads. Like genuinely unnecessarily giant shoulder pads. Yeah, there you go. See? Like just fucking humongous for the sake of being humongous. And that honestly makes them this is like I love this design. It's teaching it's teaching me ratios subconsciously, right? Yeah, dude, I just want to talk about Fairy Tail. Like, yeah, fuck, it's so good. It's so fucking good. God damn it. It's just okay, first of all, we need to see how this guy is stationed. Let's see. I stopped feeling vibes since I was 12. I get happy with the friction of the drawing. I don't know what that means. Is this like a youngin thing? I stopped feeling vibes. What the fuck are you saying? Newsflash. You're not supposed to be happy all the time, right? Otherwise, otherwise your happy would just be normal and then you'd be bored, right? The best happiness comes from effort and achievement through effort, right? Just my that's my experience, and that's what I know from all the people I look up to, right? In terms of like success or whatever the fuck. But let's see. We want to start making this dickhead look a bit more damaged. I know Gundams also have like wings, right? So, but the real question is like, what does the wing even look like? I actually don't recall. See, I'm using recall again right now, right? So, what does the wings look like? And I know I'm doing like a huge mistake in the sense that I'm adding details to things that are further away. Like I get that, right? Which is why I'm trying to keep it relatively vague for myself too. But right now, we can't do everything, or at least I can't do everything, right? So the main goal is just right now try to just recall and draw something using recall, and hopefully give it something, right? Give it some sort of oomph along the way, right? Like this already, I'm messing up my line work because I couldn't space out these hatchings properly. And now I'm just trying to sort of make up for that. Hey, JR Cruz 1994. Yo, 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 new fan? Hashtag new Viggy Fammer. How's it going? How's it going? Right, when I was younger, I felt like a monk, 100% present in the moment or in the things I was doing. Nowadays, I don't feel anything anymore. Playing keyboard is going good. I learned to play the white and black keys and get their names. Fucking, it's so funny to see a beginner call them white and black keys. But yeah, like I also called them that. So to be honest, I don't even know why I'm talking shit. But um, I've been practicing my painting slash coloring skills more lately, and I'm very happy with my improvement. Everybody fucking talking today, man. Goddamn, that's awesome to hear for all of you. Right? I have nothing else to say right now because I'm also distracted with my own art. But I'm really happy you guys go through like improving. And for Troubledos, I would say just keep doing your best to try to focus on the things that you can and try like it's an attempt, right? Like when you were younger, it actually I'll tell you this, like being a child or young adult, teenager, it's a lot easier to be present. You lose the presence, and it's some part of the way the brain changes. You just lose that presence, and it takes active effort to get it back, right? Sebastian, let's go. Okay, new people. JR Cruz and Sebastian. I don't. I think JR Cruz is new, and same with Sebastian. How did you two find my channel? Right? Are you guys wiki farming? What do you mean? How would you call them specifically without a name? Well, I don't really. Yeah, like black and white keys. I don't know, bro. I just seeing it like explained makes me giggle. I'm not to fucking laugh. Fuck you. I'm not to laugh at things. Fuck you. Good picture, bro. Oh shit, more new people. Good picture, bro. Dead dangle, not eat. Retarded fucking name. Hilarious. That's why you're a Viggy fammer. Join, join up, join up. But okay, so I obviously want to start. adding bullshit, right? Because bullshit is the name of the game. It is genuinely the name of the game. So we need to make sure this forearm. See, like this already looks like shit, but we just have to assume that the shoulder is here, and it's that actually doesn't even make sense because this is supposed to be the bicep. So this guy's already fucked because this is supposed to be the bicep. See, I obviously I don't know the anatomy of what I'm drawing. JR Cruz, I'm new. I'm just scrolling, but I love art and I do art myself. Been thinking about streaming art stuff. Go for it. Go for it. Awesome. Check out my channel. Realize that my channel is a repository of art practice. I'll be here for the next 5 decades, right? To prove anybody can draw, right? And it's all based on the foundations, fundamentals, and having a giant dick, right? That last one isn't mandatory, but it is required. So take it as you will, right? Um, well, I mean, let me think, right? Okay, so where do I want Viggy is stopping being a niche, right? I know, right? When your favorite wait, oh, I'll subscribe, thank you. When your favorite art YouTuber or YouTuber is no longer a secret. Well, what do you guys expect? Consistency plus time plus effort plus again giant dong, right? Like it's inevitable. My success is inevitable. Inevitably, right? So but yeah, draw along. The whole point is for all of you new people is use my videos as actionable call to actions. My videos as a conduit to draw along, right? Mute my ass, keep me on the background, give me retention. That's the real reason I want you to draw along, right? Because I need your watch hours. But as a wise artist once said, never tell them the truth. Lead them on to thinking they can become good, right? But okay, I'm really struggling here because I want to see how the fuck is this guy gonna grab this Gundam, the Gundam. It's time to Gundam. That's actually gonna be one of my thumbnails 5 years from now. I'm gonna release a. I have a whole teaching thing that I have planned. It's like when I get decent, it'll be called teaching you morons, and then in brackets it'll be the topic. So I already have one for mechs. So it'll be teaching morons of mechs, and then the thumbnail will be a mech drawing, and then next to it it'll say it's time to Gundam. I find that hilarious. So here's a little spoiler for the future, right? But yeah, JR Cruz is new. How about Sebastian and that angle, right? That guy right there, or girl. It's mostly men on my channel, from what I know. But for some reason, this past month, it's been mostly women watching my videos. I don't know what the fuck. Like, what is this, bro? I thought I had a niche of being disliked by the opposite gender, but unfortunately, it's failing. Right? I'm just adding. You know what I'm doing right now? I'll be completely honest. I'm avoiding my responsibility of actually trying to think about how this works. I'm just adding a little fucking detailing because I don't. It's a struggle to try to figure out. But you know what? We just have to go balls deep, as the youngins say. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. There. Oh, I know what to do. Okay. So we're gonna start with this. Let's see. We'll do something like we need a point of tension, right? So we'll do. There you go. There you go. And I see, I don't know, like I've never tried drawing this before. Like what I'm about to do right now, I've genuinely never tried drawing this before. So you're about to see where things will fail. And this is the beautiful part because you like this is the failure. This failure. I've literally been here since day one, man. Really, Blue Mars, that's fucking sick. I did not like I knew you are an OG for sure. And the thing about YouTube is the fact that like you can never account for you can't account for everybody staying there when like as OGs, right? But the fact that you've been here since day one means that you've been giving me retention since forever. That's amazing. Right? That's awesome. That's awesome. You're probably like this fucking guy only caring about the male audience when me, a female, has been here giving him all the attention. Unfortunately for you, I only want male attention, so that's life. You win some, you lose some. In my case, semen. But yeah, like I've never drawn this before, but I think this is actually going to be a great way to. Because what I'm trying to basically do is I'm trying to envision what would a. I don't know why the fuck a dragon has a human hand, by the way, and I don't know why the dragon's bicep is actually a forearm. So the power of drawing for imagination, having zero knowledge of anatomy, right? But like what I'm basically trying to do is like he's pulling the wires out of the Gundam, and right now the wires are way too thin, but what we know, or what I'm going to pretend like I know, is the fact that nope, sorry, these are thick cables because we can't just give a Gundam wires. They have to be thick cables, right? So, and I'm trying to think about gesture. Drew a dragon. Oh wait, Yeah, draw a dragon. It's not a fucking dragon. I'm calling it a dragon because you said draw a dragon, and this is the only thing I could come up with. And again, this is reflective of my lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge of what? The basic mannequin for lizards, alligators, right? Reptiles. I have none of that. I have zero even care or knowledge, any visual library mannequinization for that. But I do have it for more mechanical things in the sense that currently have a vested interest. All my practice has been going towards more geometric forms and manipulating forms geometrically, right? Not organically. And that's why it's reflected that this looks okay, but this looks like garbage. This looks okay, right? But this looks like shit. So it's all what you practice. You know, you can only expect yourself to be as good as the work that you've put in, right? That's why expectations are the killer because you should only expect yourself to try, right? Like right now, I have zero practice in uh in gesture, right? In fucking tension and whatever the fuck this is. So therefore, I'm only gonna be able to do as well as I can regarding that. And like that line I made was probably already a fuck up, but I need to be very careful as to because we need to create tension, right? I don't know how to do that though. I'm trying to think about it right now. Like I'm this is me explaining my thought process. Like it's basically like you're pulling on a cloth fold. Like if you're ripping something out of somebody, right? You should expect. I'm going to assume some level. It should be like this, right? Like the fucking C curve or whatever should be like woo, right? Like this Gundam is definitely getting butt raped. So oh sorry, it's fucking YouTube, butt diddled. Butt fucked. I forgot. I can't use my gamer terminology. I'm not even much of a gamer, but either way. Let's see. Yeah, this Gundam's definitely getting fucked in the ass. Let's I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think about the tension. I'm just trying to think about the tension. My life is full of tension right now. I just got to use that and apply it to the drawing, right? But how does it work? Like I'm trying to think really hard right now because I had a general idea, but it has to be a lot more extreme then, right? I would say so. It has to be a lot more extreme because I wanted initially this Gundam to be fighting. Oh, maybe it's because like I need something here as well. What I'm trying to understand is like exactly how am I gonna finish this? This already looks awkward. And again, like it's because I did this. Like I extended the cables out here. So it doesn't really make sense. Like where are you even getting that from? Right. But if that's the case, then I have to extend the cables out here as well. And probably clump it together. But I'm just trying to think like what is this like extreme form of tension that I can use? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, how does it? It kind of makes sense, but not really, right? And let's see. We will have. I'm just gonna create like some random circular patterns here. The carburetor, yeah, so it's a carburetor, right? Fucking whatever shit. Just use random terminology. People won't know. But and another thing I'm trying to do is just indicate, just vaguely indicate the uh the tension, I guess. And I know like there should definitely be the there should definitely be some sort of darkness, for lack of a better word, fucking shadows, whatever the fuck. Oh, see, that was wrong. That should not have occurred. We should be following the tension. And this looks okay, right? But again, the question is like, why is it all being fucking? This guy looks like he has a bunch of ribbons being sucked into the hand. So that doesn't make sense. It should have been coming out even more so from here, maybe. Yeah, this is the part of the darkness on your skin is more than enough. Well, you know what they say, once a shit skin, always a shit skin. Ha, puh, right? This channel is just gonna give actual racist people a reason to be racist. Like, oh, he calls himself a shit skin, then it must be okay. It's like, please, sir, see the nuance, right? I am simply making a jest because I can, right? You know the whole quote from Tyrion Lannister. You know, wear your fucking weakness like a suit of armor, you bastard, because the world will remind you of it. Right? I especially think he did that part at the end. But okay, so the Gundam is now dying. So we need to think about the way for it to not die. Well, I do like what I've been doing here, but now we actually have to think about the shoulder pads. So, okay, so obviously he's gonna try to stop this dickhead, right? So let's have him point A. Let's do this. Oh yeah, okay, let's do this. Dragon has the Nika fruit or what? The weather fruit, right? Isn't that the theory? The dragon has the fucking weather fruit. I love how you cunts just came on and then fucking never responded to me, you bastards. Dead angel donut, right? Do not eat. Ooh, don't eat the angel. Interesting. And Sebastian, how dare you? How dare you guys just reach, say let's go, say positive things, affirm the fact that I'm drawing something decent, and then leave? You just abandoned me. As a wise woman once said in Jurassic Park, he left us. He left us. Right? So I'm crying over that. The thing is, like, right now, that bro, I left for a second. Yeah, well, that second was too long. That shit left a fucking hole in my heart. All right, how could you? How could you? Ugh. See, this is the thing. You have to inflame people. You have to fucking rage bait them. You have to call them out. It's the only goddamn way. They're gonna be like, wait, he's addressing me in a not positive manner. I will now. I will re. I will re. But I also saw this in the Gundam designs, right? I saw a lot of this, like the sort of spear, like yeah, sort of spear like, or like a cannon basically that was attached, right? I bought a sketchbook that fits into my pocket. It's easier to draw while standing than with a huge ass block. Dude, I'm trying to fucking utilize my goddamn pocket sketchbooks, but I'm so shit with it. So I've just been doing what I can. Does anybody have any questions regarding the thing we're actually doing, the fucking drawing part? Anybody? Anybody actually curious about drawing? Fucking, I realized that this channel is actually an art channel. Now, I know that's a revelation that's pretty hard to come by, right? Emphasis on the come. But I think I think we should start talking about art. Just just a theory of mine, right? But I believe that perhaps discussing art would be a good thing, you know? So yeah, he's trying to get away. He's like, bro, don't fucking touch me, right? You are dragon eye mech. We cannot be doing this. We can't. You know what will the government say? Right? What will the people who gave me all this power say? Right? Joke's on you. He doesn't even know what you're saying because he does not speak humanoid. You must draw tiny for the pocket sketchbook. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like I used to draw really really small, and now if anybody actually fucking watches my goddamn videos, you'd know that I'm focusing on improving my spatial reasoning in terms of the breadth, right? The scope, the scale. So I've been drawing a lot larger, and that has resulted in me essentially not drawing as small. What a fucking sentence. I know I'm kind of fucking things up here. I'm just trying to figure out how I can. Oh yeah, see, it should be following the form, even if it's lighting. Why does that ball with wires around it look like that from the back? Ball with wires around it? What the fuck? What does that ball with wires around it look like? That ball with wires around it. What the fuck? What ball? What does that ball with? What the hell is this guy saying? I don't want to talk about that. It makes me sick. By that I mean your art, bro. I'm so confused. What ball? Have I been drawing a ball? Listen, I have no idea what's going on, bro. Leave me alone. Actually, don't leave me alone. I need your community engagement. It's the only thing keeping me alive. By leave me alone, I mean do not ask me questions, and I'll only answer the ones that make me feel good and put me in a positive light. Right? I think that's fair. But I guess maybe this makes it look more like wires. I love this. I love like this is the part about drawing from imagination, which I do enjoy. I mean, I enjoy all of it, but just like kind of it's the blind leading the blind, but the blind's also retarded, right? So so and I'm both of them. So like it's fun. It's fun to try to think about like right now I have to think about a design for this and maybe and this is obviously me trying to remember maybe what the fucking Gundam shit the design was, right? The ball you draw in your videos. What does that ball with wires on it look like from the back? Oh, the ball I draw in my videos. It looks the same. It looks the same. It's just rotated, right? Like it's the same shit because it's even on both sides. That's the whole point. right? It's about seeing the wire through. Um, I don't even know if that answers your question, bro. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm distracted with the thing people actually fucking come here for, apparently, which is my drawings, right? Who would have thought? But yeah, and that ball is just do you have any other socials? I'll follow you. Just on Instagram. But I will say, like, there's nothing special about my socials. Donate to my Patreon, give me money on Kofi, commission me, all that fucking shit. But gives you another angle of looking at stuff. Drawing 100 silhouettes improved my drawing from live much more than I anticipated. Yeah, that's the thing. That's another thing. Is like, even though I don't get the opportunity to draw outside of my videos, really, and like these live streams, I constantly, especially since we drew that one time parquet, like I've been really trying to pay attention to the silhouettes of the things that I observe, and it's why I was able to draw this, because this is based on my silhouette um analysis more than anything else, right? So it's been pretty good. But by the way, like, I'm not thinking ahead. I need to think about how this fucking dickhead's arm connects. So we're gonna leave this after I finish this. Oh, and yes, to what the fuck was his name? Dead Angel. Yeah, follow my Instagram to follow the people I follow. Dude, like, my Instagram is fucking worthless. I post every once in a while. My YouTube is the main thing that, like, the my YouTube is the channel. Right? This is the channel that is like everything, all the fucking practice and shit is based on. Right? So yeah, like my Instagram is worthless from a like, oh, I need somebody to fucking brain rot to in terms of algorithm wise. But everybody I follow is great. Like they're the people that I look up to. So if you're like, like I like this guy's art, but I want people who are actually good, then they are the ones to follow, right? The people that I follow, because they're all incredible draftsmen, like vast majority of them, and I look up to them. And it's not as if like you have to follow the people I follow, but if it should give you like a good basis to find styles, right? Decision making that you like. But let's see. Yeah, reduced information is easier to remember. 100%. It's easier to remember generally that, like, oh, this is wrong, by the way. This is way too big. Like, but just remembering, like, okay, it's like a manipulated, inflated, and then tapered sphere with like fucking cylinders at the end, right? And then like this like jet silhouette. Like remembering this silhouette and the wings, and then trying to just remember the ratios, and then there's like generally just tapered silhouettes attached to the bottom. It's much easier to remember that and to get a jet-like shape than it is to be like, oh yeah, like the fucking every little piece I have to know and understand the intimacies of, right? And the thing is, like, again, the better you get at creating complexity, the better you get at consolidating complexity, right? So yeah, let's see. So what does the arm look like? What does the arm look like? No, 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 no. This is a shit joke, but I never fucking even liked that song even went back in high school. Am I aging myself? I'm 28. There you go. Now I've aged myself. Right. Almost 29. Hey, 29, 29. Am I doing it right? Okay, that doesn't look too bad, right? But let's see. Did I miss anything that anybody else said? No, cool. Okay, I'm just gonna keep drawing. This is already getting very crowded. And I'm really trying not to crowd it, but that's what happens. Right? That's what happens when you're shit at art. So I filled 7 pages with that same drawing. Let's go, let's go. It's difficult. It's very difficult, right? So just do it at the level that you're comfortable with, like in terms of like what you can actually hold in your mind. Don't forget, I'm trying to hold fucking 30 plus calculations, but that's because I started with trying just to hold like two things in my mind, right? So I don't even know if that's what you wanted to hear. But ooh, bless me. Okay, so what I'm really struggling with right now is thinking about how this arm gonna connect. Arm gonna connect? What the fuck? Am I speaking Ebonics? Arm's gonna connect. Right? We have to add the apostrophe s. I'm gonna try to draw with you. Wonderful. Please do. Please do. Please draw along. I mean, that's the whole point. Is like fucking draw along. Right? Like me being consistent holds me accountable for consistency, as well as hopefully anybody who draws along with my main videos consistent as well. Right? So let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to think, like, where should the arm be? I'm trying to think. Like this, I've already kind of fucked up the composition, but I am trying to do the thing where it's like leading your eye while going towards that one thing, right? So I'm trying to think like what the arm itself should be. Okay, I kind of have a decent idea now, but then I have to also think like how is it jutting outward, right? And I do have to think about foreshortening, or at the very least. So Let's see. I know I'm probably not explaining much right now, but I'm really trying to think about like how the arm connects here. And then obviously, like I've started creating a lot of clutter. So we need to also make sure that whatever we do with, I mean, I hope this is actually pretty cool because it is giving scale. But right now, like you won't get the scale until next stream, where I draw the other plane here, and the other plane, this plane, exact plane, is gonna be this big, and then it'll be like, oh shit, right? And then I'm also gonna be drawing a city underneath. This, they're all in the sky right now, right? I have like some pretty cool plans with this drawing, but like again, this is all very difficult, right? Like the things I'm trying to visualize. So right now, I just need to think like, how the fuck is this guy's arm? And this is me trying to use recall for the Gundam itself, right? So I'm much better than you, and I'm therefore much faster. So I'm already finished with drawing. See you, motherfucker. All right, fucking leave, leave. Then you've always abandoned. What the fuck? You've always abandoned me. Couldn't even make my shitty acting more dramatic enough, right? Yeah, go, fuck off, leave. I'll remember this when I'm famous, and you're still better than me. But okay, so how is the arm connected? This is like mannequinization, right? We have to think about the shoulder or yeah, the shoulder. These are the shoulder pads, so this is clearly the shoulder, right? And this is the torso, which I need to. The torso is basically. Let me just give the torso something to work with here, right? In terms of like actually giving it some stability, right? And I will do something like this as well. A lot of mech design is just like these little like components, these parts that you kind of attach, right? It's it's so vague, so I do apologize, but it's mainly just understanding the manipulated form that I'm drawing. Like right now, this is a box that is angled this way, coming in this way. We have a little taper coming out here, right? This is jutting out as well. And then on the other side, we just try to replicate that, right? So if it's coming out like this way, then this one is going to be something like this, right? And it's tapering in, coming down, and that's just to give like a general idea. General idea. I don't know what the fuck, I cannot speak, but slurring my fucking words. God damn it, cerebral palsy. Did you learn all of this from Artwad? Yes. I didn't learn all of this like when I'm drawing from Artwad. I learned the ability of form, line, and perspective, especially form manipulation. And it's all on my channel. Like literally, if you, I've even playlisted everything year 1 to 2, year 3, year 4. So if you just look, scroll through, understand everything in order, that is literally everything I practiced in order, right? And the streams, everything in order. So the TLDR is I just kept improving my ability to draw forms from imagination and make them more and more complex based on what I was interested in, which is currently hard surface, multiple rounding, single rounding, all that shit, right? And kept applying it, stress testing it via imagination drawings, right? And like kept looking at fucking mech designs on Pinterest, right? Or like hard surface. I have like different boards, right? Just to like really try to understand the shapes. But again, it's all the more complex I've been able to draw things from my mind, right? And connect them from my mind while also trying to observe the world around me, the easier it's been to create complexity that is referenced from real life. Like another way to say is like the better I've gotten at creating and visualizing and drawing complex forms from imagination based on form and form manipulation, the easier it's been for me to break down forms and in real life, like while I'm observing. I'll actually have a perfect example of this, right? Let me get my sketchbook. Look at that. I'm walking away from the. Is this a good streamer etiquette? I'm walking away from the fucking page, right? Because I actually want to help you out here. Here's an example. All right. I drew this from memory. Fuck, I dropped my pen. I keep dropping my goddamn pen. This is a car, right? Ignore this. That's just something else. But this, I, on the drive last week to my girlfriend's place, I simply looked around me in my car and I kept just, to the best of my ability, observing the shapes of everything around me. And I kept verbalizing it like steering wheel's a cylinder with manipulations. This is a doodle for me. I didn't even think that much. I was just trying to recall. But the point I'm trying to make is because I can draw complexity from imagination, I can create complexity. My ability to observe and chunk the complex information in my environments and then apply them via recall is greatly heightened. It's exponentially exacerbated, right? Or improved. So again, I did this from memory. This is from memory, the inside of my car. There's a lot of things that are wrong, like the fucking seat's too close, right? This thing is like incorrect. But the point is this looks like an inside of a car. This took me 25 minutes, right? 20 to 25 minutes. So yeah, it's all about form and your ability to create form, right? And the game I'm playing is the long game. Art art and skill acquisition and draftsmanship is a long game by default. Any skill acquisition is a long game, but I'm genuinely playing like a fucking decades long game. But hopefully this, and I have never done this before. I've literally never tried to recall anything. Like it's been 8 to 12 months. It's been almost a year since I've tried drawing from memory, right? And yet, because I've just been consistently getting better at spatial reasoning, calculating, constantly analyzing, constantly trying to see form, constantly trying to understand and break forms down around me, like from imagination and then in life as much as I can, just passively or actively, which amounts, even if it's like 0.0005% every single day, where you're like, I kind of fucking understand it, it amounts to, in relation with your ability to create complexity, to memorize complexity, to redraw complexity from your mind. So yeah, I mean, I know that's not the answer you were probably looking for, maybe, right? Which is just, did you fucking draw with art water or not? But the answer is, look at my fucking channel, understand it's a repository of my skill acquisition to prove anybody can draw based on the concepts of understanding form and going ballistic on that, right? And yes, and then, applying it. I don't think that was helpful at all, but this is, yes, art wad, gluck, 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 right? But yeah, okay. Anyways, back to trying to fucking figure out this arm, right? Trying to figure out this arm. First, again, let's just give the body some sort of. Well, might as well darken it out here because the entire thing is being fucking ripped out apparently, right? Oh, YB Crush. Is this new? This is a new person, I think. This is a new person, right? But yeah, I would like to think, at least try to understand. Not understand. I would like to know if that makes sense, right? Like to anybody listening, like does that make sense? Because it's literally my lived experience and it's everything I've seen of people that I look up to, right? It's like that's how it's been done, right? The more complexity you can draw, the more complexity you can understand. It's as simple as that. And it's simple, not easy. It took me fucking 1,000 hours to get to this point. By the way, there's 1,000 hours plus of effort, right? Like 1,000 hours. Do it once, max effort, do it 1,999 more times, right? And for those of you who are on the path with me, like you understand like what I'm saying. It's but even then I think it's hard to really conceptualize, right? Fully what I'm saying, but hopefully this gives you an idea, right? Let's see. There's random little gratings. Whee! Maybe that's not the answer you wanted, which is just it just takes a lot of work and effort. Because that's what most people don't want to hear. Right? Most people don't want to hear that, oh, I simply just have to keep trying for fucking thousands of hours with no reward. Right? But the reward is the trying for thousands of hours. Like if the goal, that's why you just have to reframe it. Like the goal is who you become. The goal is the individual who's able to continue to work without seeing the results of their work. Right? Continue to do without seeing the results of their doing. And that's a quote. But thanks. That's actually more helpful than I thought it would be. Yeah, I mean, like I just want to, because I don't know if you're a beginner or not, but the thing is like it's all about expectations, right? And when you don't know why you're doing something and you don't know how it can apply, I understand that it can be like, oh, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing any of this? But hopefully, it goes to show that my entire channel serves as like a fucking like just a slap in the face, a refreshing slap in the face, but a slap in the face nonetheless. That like, oh no, this all has a point, and like it's all sequential. You can see everything I've done. Literally 95% of my art progress has been cataloged and will continue to be cataloged. And as I continue to get more excellent and quote unquote reach mastery over the decades, right? It'll just be like, oh, okay, like I just want to completely get rid of the notion that art is a fucking talent because it's not. No skill is a fucking talent. All right. I was born with slightly more patience. Oh, look at me. I'm a fucking really good drawer. Some people are born with slightly better observation skills. All right. Maybe some people are born with 5 to 6 behaviors, right? Just more that they're more have an affinity towards. But they're all behaviors. They're all skills. They're all trainable, right? And then people use the argument that like, but to be the best of the best, it's like cool, bro. But until you put in the fucking effort of thousands of hours, how will you know that you can't be the best of the best? How will you even know what your best of the best is? You won't. So shut the fuck up and do the work. Simple as that. But let's see if he's being pulled. See, like, there's no gesture here. I know it's also stiff. It's also fucking stiff. But that's okay. Like, I accept the fact that like if I don't understand gesture right now, then. And by the way, that was meant to be inspirational, and not fucking berating. Fucking always end up just talking shit, but that's because I'm passionate, right? Always hide behind the excuse of passion when you have nothing else to say. Guys, I'm a dick because I'm passionate. Oh, I'm just really realistic because I'm passionate, right? So all under the guise of passion. Let's see. How do I want to think about? Okay, we'll do something like this. Damn, that was hard. Let's see. I am hard. Thank you. Okay, how the fuck do I want to do this? We'll do something like this. Oh, I actually didn't even mean to do that, but I'm trying something new today, which is drawing for once. Who would have fucking thought? Who would have thought that if you just literally try to do something that requires effort and you don't fuck around, you will find out, right? Wait, are you new to the channel? I feel as if I know my streams get a lot more views because it's just me fucking around while I'm drawing, and that's more entertaining than me fucking around while I'm drawing, but recorded, apparently, right? So, like, I always end up getting a lot of new people, it seems, right? Butter, I like to sip on butter, right? Really, really good rhyme, Viggy. Thank you, Viggy. You're welcome, Viggy. Why are you talking to yourself? Shut the fuck up, bro. Do your drawing. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. Well, this is a hinge, clearly, right? And I need to think about like some unique way that this is connected. Yeah, there's like these are way too close, but that's why we have to keep trying to figure it out. That's the hinge, it's the shoulder. We need the arm to be something like this, right? Let's see. There you go. Got that. And then let's see. I'm just trying to think about how this all connects, by the way. Like it doesn't really make much sense, obviously. And I know there's a lot wrong with this piece, but I'm hoping as I continue to yeah, just like as I continue to develop, I will be able to create more gesture. Right. Right now, I watched one of your videos. This is the first time tuned into your stream, though. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Again, use my videos as a draw along. Like this, I need the retention, first of all. But it's a great fucking ploy, right? Draw along, get better with me, and also don't mind the hundreds of watch hours I'll be getting. Right? But no, seriously, like it's my fucking bullshit aside, because I can never be serious, clearly. Right. I also want to help you all be accountable for your practice, right? And a good way to do that is supposedly body doubling, right? So it's like it all has a purpose, seemingly. I'm just trying to think, like, because I know the Gundams always have these intense fucking wraparounds and shit. So I'm just trying to figure out how it looks on, like, how it looks here, right? I'm just trying to see, like, what kind of design can I make that will actually be decent. Okay, let's try something like this. So we'll have this come out, then we'll have a diagonal. And again, by the way, like I'm calculating, it's always the box. Like there's a box here, and I'm just calculating. It's just calculating, right? Everything is trying to follow the perspective. I'm not saying it's doing it, by the way. I'm just saying it's all trying to follow the perspective. And then the next step is like, all right, well, what kind of manipulations can you do? And right now my manipulations are pretty fucking basic. It's like, oh look, he's so creative. Look, he made a fucking subtraction. Oh, but that took me hours. That took me fucking bear time, bro. Bear time, they say bear time, right? So it takes a lot of time to be shit. That's something I always like to say, right? It takes a fuck ton of work to be mediocre, so you might as well aspire for greatness, right? Because genuinely, like, it literally takes a fuck ton of work to be garbage. You know, it took me 500 hours to be like, okay, I'm relatively shit. And it's documented, and that's the beautiful part. It's all fucking documented, right? Took me my like that video. This is a video for beginner artists. You're not alone. Like that is hundreds of hours, right? That was literally like 600 hours of practice. That entire video was 600 hours. 600 hours, right? And I think it's easy to hear the word hundreds and to be like, and again, this isn't because I'm special. Like I'm not saying, look at me, I'm so special. I spent hundreds of hours. It's just saying, like, look, like, and if you're fucking normal, right? It's gonna take a lot of time. I'm hyperventilating. I don't know why, but it's just gonna take a lot of time, and that's fine. And that's a good thing. If people who achieve always take time, right? If there's no glory in the person who did something within a day. Where's the glory? Good job, you fucking did it within a day. I don't care about you because I'm not you, right? Like, and that's a mentality thing as well, right? If you give a shit about people who do achieve things fast, that means you only value the achievement. You don't value the becoming the person who can achieve, right? So all this philosophical nuance aside, draw along with me, right? We fuck. And then see, I don't know, like this shape is pretty fucking mid, like what I just did here, but I'm okay with it because I'm pretty fucking mid, right? We always have a scapegoat, which is just hiding behind the fact that, haha, I meant to be bad. It's okay if it's bad because I'm supposed to be bad, right? I'm always shit. It's beautiful, beautiful. Uh, let's see. So yeah, it's way too close. But you know, another thing I can do to make this seem a lot more, I guess, in front of the cameras is simply just this. Just make it thicker. When in doubt, add a thickness. Like, ooh, yeah, that's a tick boy right there. Like same with this. I could literally just because that's another thing about line weight is the fact, and this is not something that I'm saying with so much confidence. I'm just saying this is what a lot of professionals say. People a lot better than me in millions of ways say, which is just if you want to emphasize foreground and background, just have, and it makes sense. Like you see, the illusion we're creating is the fact that it's not as if we see things with thicker lines in real life, but we see things with higher fidelity. And the trick we're using, from my understanding, is the thicker line. Is to be like, look, no, this is in front. Like, look, it's in front of us, right? Like that's line weight. And again, like I'm probably not applying it very correctly because I'm just making the entire thing much thicker, right? But I feel as if like just that in of itself makes a bit of a difference, right? And then let's see, maybe we can see, like, and this is me just being like, what if I just, it's all what ifs, by the way. If you're ever wondering, like, how is he coming up with these designs? Even I know the designs are nothing special, but it's just, what if I added a bunch of cylinders that were also just jutting out in succession? And this is very difficult, by the way. This is genuinely very difficult to do, like, to be able to connect and visualize this type of perspective. I'm also thinking quite a bit right now, so I cannot give you like a very succinct response and actually fuck this up. So we need to think about how this is actually going to connect, right? There you go. We'll just make it kind of awkward like that. Who says it has to be symmetrical? Asymmetry is part of design, right? Asymmetry is part of design. Totally not a fuck up. Totally not a fuck up, bruh. Right, but me trying to be a surfer dude aside. And again, like what I understand of design is like, oh, okay, look, we just have all these diagonals and shit connects. And this is where I need to have ratios. So one thing I'm gonna do is this. We're gonna make this a lot thinner. So that should make it more interesting, right? It's all silhouette, it's silhouette design, how do things connect, blah, blah, blah bullshit, bro. Like it's all fucking so much to think about, right? Which is why you just gotta take it one step at a time. Like this probably doesn't make much sense, but if I connect this, it will, I think, right? If I just connect it here, but how's it gonna be connected? It's gonna be connected like, let's see if, because this makes it look like it's jutting outward, but I'm just gonna stop this right here. And then we will have this panel. I'll come back. It's like, okay, so that's the main panel. And I do want like a good space here. Like this spacing is very important. So we need to think about how this connects. So I can't think about that right now. I'm struggling quite a bit. I want to be very clear. Like I can't really visualize anything. I'm trying to think vaguely about like what sort of connection. It's one of those things. Well, I'll look back on the video. I'll look back on the drawing. I'll look back like in general. You'll always look back and be like, oh, I could have done that thing. I should have just visualized it all. It was so simple. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you know how much like thinking goes into it. And I'm saying this like just as a general to ourselves. Like we just need to be like, bro, like you're thinking about a lot of shit. And wherever you are in your journey, you're just constantly trying to figure some shit out, right? Like and trying to add a bunch of other things that you think should be a good design and this, that, and the other is just it's very difficult. Or maybe I'm just a bitch. Perhaps I'm simply beach boy, right? Perhaps I am just a beach boy. Who knows? Who knows? So how would I connect this? I want to think about like some interesting way to connect it. By interesting, I mean like what's just a connection that could be done. Oh, maybe I could add like a pivot here, or not a pivot. Yeah, a pivot, right? So this might look like shit, but let's see. That doesn't really look good, right? That does not look good. That just looks stupid. But maybe doing it like this, adding some sort of indication that it's a pivot helps, right? I think I made this too thick. That's the main problem. I made this arm way too thick, and that's where a lot of this is causing issues. But hey, that doesn't look too bad, right? At least we have like a clear silhouette now. like this. I hope it's a little bit clearer. I don't think it's anything amazing, right? I still struggle with that quite a bit. There's like all these little fucking other things. Oh, white space. Oh, make sure to think about the fucking connection. Oh, make sure to think about this, think about that. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? I don't want to think I'm a goddamn voice man. You know who I am? You know who my dad is? My dad never thought either. Makes 500K. Uh, None of that was funny, but I'm simply saying random bullshit while I draw. Because I have, how long has it been? 74 minutes? Oh shit, it's almost 3. Fuck. I was supposed to be done at 3. Damn it. Wow. Did you guys see like how much effort it took this took me an hour and a half. Or an hour 12 minutes. This, right? So like I'm very fucking mid, right? Let's see. How do I indicate that this guy's trying to like shoot him? I want to add like little like it's like the aura. Right? How do you add that? It's like this, and then I think there's like a dark spot you can add right there. You can see my lines actually were very unconfident there, like even here, right? Because I was like, oh, how do I do this? And I was like kind of just floundering about, right? But even this actually, I think already looks decent. I didn't even notice the time passing, right? Like that's the thing. When you're fucking drawing, bro, you don't notice the time passing. It's crazy. And I'm just trying to think, like, what's a there you go, whatever. We'll just do that, right? And I'm just going to create like this backside here. I'm just gonna give it some. That's not really texture. This is just hatching. It's really shit hatching as that, as you can see from my lines. But like it creates texture just because my fucking lines are so unsteady. But yeah, before I go, because I'm gonna be going in like 10 minutes. Anybody have any questions? Right? Any queries, concerns? Right? Anything that you've been curious about, but because I never fucking ever stream, you're like, oh no, my favorite streamer. I'm so curious about everything about him. Right? Anything you want to ask me? Don't be shy. I won't bite. I might lick, but I won't bite. Right? So yeah, like that doesn't really make any sense. At least I got the fucking Gundam down. Like I'm just proud of the fact that I got this, the shoulder pads. Like that's such a huge part of Gundam design. I'm actually very proud of myself that I got that down. But everything else is fucking shito. Shito does it. Yare yare shito does it. But I love my thumbnail. Yare yare Sosuke Bosuke at it again. Truly a fucking god tier amalgamation of ProZD and JoJo fans. Right. This actually looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like definitely you see this shit in anime, right? And it's like, okay, we're just trying to give off the impression that he's about to fucking blow his goddamn face off, right? That actually, dude, that adds so much more story. Holy shit. In my opinion, that actually looks pretty cool now. Like, I'm allowed to be proud of my art, right, guys? We're allowed to be happy and proud of our art. I think so. I think genuinely we're allowed to be proud of it, right? So that looks pretty sick. Not gonna lie, Magul, NGL fam, right? But this is like an entire fuckery that doesn't really make sense, right? But yeah, anybody have questions, please? I want to feel fucking important for once in my life. God damn it! This is like the fucking 3 minutes in a day where I'm just like, oh my god, people actually give a shit what I have to say. Do you work with programming? Oh wow, what an actual question. Well, I'm learning coding right now, which is that's like very basic coding, right? HTML, CSS, and I've just been doing a bunch of personal projects and shit while I like while I'm going through it, right? There's this course called Intro to HTML CSS by Colt Steele, right? It's on Udemy. I'm just working my way through that, but every few sections I stop and I do like I was doing 5 to 6 personal exercises, but then now an exercise that I've been doing is like I'm making a software as a service dashboard page because I just learned Flexbox, right? So this one's actually been like pretty fucking intense and pretty proper. So like now it's gonna be moving onwards because the more complex things I'm learning, the more complexity I want to create, right? And it's been pretty good. Like it's been like I've already put like easily 80 hours into it. Like it's because it's transitions, transforms, animations, Flexbox. Like it's fully populated, scrollable, detailed, trying to make it responsive, all that shit, right? So yeah, and I'm gonna be learning JavaScript sometime next year, I think, because I really like to take my time. As you can see, I love taking my time with the fundamentals. Right? Who would have fucking thought? right? But yeah, but that's like that's the whole shtick. I'm just gonna go watch a couple. I'm gonna go watch your videos for a couple of months. Great, I appreciate it, but please draw along. Don't just watch to watch, because I don't believe I have any entertainment or watching value. Like my utility is to body double. What got you into art? Um, Dude, holy shit! I've been doing this for 3.5 years. I can't believe it's only been 3.5 years, and I already forgot what got me into art. Oh well, okay. I've always wanted to draw. Actually, if you're curious, by the way, like if you want more details that I may be misremembering, I have a 500 sub Q&A video on my channel. Right when I hit 500 subs, kind of fucking self-explanatory, but where I answer a lot of these questions. But what got me into art was just simply the fact that I always wanted to draw, and as time went on, right, up until the age of 25, because I started November 1st, 2022. That's when I started drawing, and ever since then, it's been 5 days a week minimum, 1 hour, so minimum 5 hours a week. And then there were points where it was like almost 8 hours a week, just because I was fucking jobless. I'm still jobless, but now I have more work to do because of the whole coding shit and like other work that I'm doing, by revising my portfolio, blah blah blah. Information that you didn't even ask for, but I'm just rambling about. But what got me into art was the fact that I always wanted to draw, but up until the age of 25, I simply believed art was a talent. And I tried in 2020, but I was always smoking weed all the time, so my brain was fucked. And I did 1 week of Drawbox, and I was like, I'm not seeing progress. One fucking week, 1 page double-sided, right? I've done over 1,000 pages, and that's the context you don't get as a beginner. Because as a beginner, I was just like, am I supposed to be struggling this fucking much for a line? Am I supposed to be struggling this much to have a line go from here to here? Am I supposed to be struggling this much to do it over and over again? I can't think, I can't visualize. Plus, I was fucking high all the time. So like, even when I was doing my art practice without smoking, like I just couldn't do it. So 2020, I gave up. Tried again in 2021. This time I had an art tutor. Did it for like 3 months. Still shit. Still didn't understand because she had me go from like perspective to figures to like to fucking compositions. And I'm like, it's just people don't know how to teach, right? This is why I'm always fucking dick riding artwad, right? Do you took artwad courses? Can't remember. Yes, if you would look at my channel, every fucking 90% of my videos are titled artwad roadmap. So I just taking my time, right? Thanks. I usually don't draw long, but I understand why I should draw long now. So thank you. Yeah, yeah. Like guys, I'm like use me as like a study buddy, like an accountability buddy. If you need to fucking mute my ass, sure. But body doubling does apparently work quite a bit. This is not this is not me trying to sell you on my channel. Actually, right? But if not, it actually apparently seems to work. So fucking draw, you piece of shit. Draw along with me. But yeah, what got me into drawing was I always wanted to draw, but I literally thought drawing was a talent up until I started learning UX design. I took a course in UX design, like a boot camp thing, back in February 2022, right? That's when I started. And then sticking consistently to that and realizing for the first time in my life, because I did shit in school, that I was like, oh shit, if you just keep trying, you have a positive growth oriented mindset. And that's what got me obsessed with learning too, where I'm just like, I can just get better. Plus, I had a friend who I just happened to make at that time, and I'm still close friends with him. It's like my brother, essentially, Mr. R from Mr. Retarded, right? You know who you are. You're not here, but I mentioned it before. But he basically like put into my mind. He's like, you can accomplish anything you try. He's like, it's all skills, and I'm like, holy fuck, that just changed my mind, right? So that made me like reevaluate. And then November 1st, 2022, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking draw. I'm gonna do the fundamentals. I'm gonna be so fucking good, right? And initially, I just wanted to create my own animations and shit. But then once I started rereading Animorphs, I'm like, this is my life goal. I will do it or I will die trying, right? Which is I'm gonna create the Animorphs fan comic, right? And if and like I'm gonna that's the goal. Like all of this is just to be, and it's like obviously coincided with wanting to become the most excellent draftsman I can possibly be, being enamored just by like pushing the fucking absolute brink of my abilities and my brains every practice session to um to just spatially reason and like to become that excellent draftsman. Do you use the paid R1? Yes, I am a premium member. Everything I do is like based on their course content, right? I'm just showing my practice using their teachings. I'm going very, very slowly through it. I'm telling you right now, the R1 portrait series is gonna have like fucking um 500 parts easily. Do you draw humans or just like animatronics and robots and failing crows and shit? So currently my interest is hard surface, right? Like the robotic shit. But I am learning portraits. Like it's not gonna look like portraits for a while. I'm telling you guys that much because again, nobody will understand the foundations until it's like, oh shit, foundations. But I'm gonna do portrait roadmap. Then I'll do figure roadmap from Artwad. Right, it's gonna take me at least like I'm projecting at least 5 to 8 years of that to even get that done. Right, and I'm only saying that because right now it feels like I'm in the fucking midst of the hardest period, which is building an even deeper layer of foundations. It's like my fucking ellipses inside a plane journey. But yes, I will next drawing forward. I will be constantly practicing humans, right? And whether they look like shit or not, I'm just gonna keep practicing. So yeah, I will be. I will be. Like it's funny you mentioned that. That's actually really good timing because I was literally like next imagination drawing onwards. Like I'm just gonna try to just even if I can't, I'll just try to draw people as much as possible, and it'll be to prove the power of form, line, and perspective yet again. Like even if you don't know how to draw a person, if you just keep fucking drawing, if you keep getting good at form, you will be able to do it better than just not understanding form and only copying symbols, right? Because this is understanding the space. This is what all of this is understanding space. And when you understand and when you make space your bitch, my friend, life change. Life change. Tonight, tonight, smash. Right? So yeah, actually wow, for the first fucking time people actually ask questions, which is incredible, right? But yeah, right now my huge focus, and you'll see, like, if you go to like year three playlist, and you'll see there was just like a huge stint where I was practicing art wad fundamentals, right? Like near the second half of that, I think part 50 to part 70 or something, I just became obsessed with learning multiple rounding, and that like pushing the complexity of multiple rounding put me to the cute bots workout, which then made me be like, I'm gonna go into portraits because I talked to Broken Draw, and he was like, yeah, bro, like, and definitely like drawing people will make you bless me better at like creating scenes and shit, right? And I was like, okay, sick. Bet, right? And but to not lose the skills and the spatial reasoning of the hard surface is why I started doing like an additional form wrapping rep um, inside like the portrait roadmap, right? They don't ask you to do that shit, but again, I'm about to like the whole point is to also prove that like you cannot get good with one repetition. You cannot get good with 10 repetitions. You can barely get good with 50 repetitions, right? But you improve through hundreds of trials and errors, right? And that's how you have to view them. It's hundreds of trials and errors, all right? Like again, the master has failed more times than the student has tried, right? It's the same shit with lifting. Like I've been lifting for a decade now, right? I've missed easily 100 days, like actual sessions, not just 100 days I'm gone, but of actual sessions. But how many people have actually even gone to the gym for 100 days, right? So it's genuinely like I have failed in that context more than people have ever tried, and it's just going to be the same thing with art. Like the whole point of my channel is that you will just see me fuck up constantly. Like right now, all I've been doing is fucking up. Just my general level of fucking up has gotten to a much higher proficiency, right? But all I do is fuck up. Literally all I do is fuck up, right? It's hilarious that literally all I do is fuck up, and that's learning, which is why you can only focus on the effort, right? And right now, I'm just trying to think about like an additional hinge because Gundams love to fucking have like really unnecessary. And I don't know if this looks good or not. Oh fuck, that was a fuck up. So see, that was a fuck up right there, and I have to think about a way to make it look decent. There you go, something like that, right? But Gundams love to have just like exaggerated shit all over. Right, but yeah, like I draw what I'm interested in, but what I'm interested in is drawing everything. So right now, and the reason I'm obsessed with hard surface, by the way, is because hard surface is like the biggest stress test of your draftsmanship abilities. You can't fake something looking mechanical. You can't fake the perspective. You can't fake the form. You have to intimately understand the form. Like right now, when I look at this, I know the bottom goes this way, and I know it comes up, and then I know it cuts down, and then I know it comes out again, cuts up, and then I know it comes out. I know that because I'm intimately aware of the form, right? Am I good at drawing these shapes? No. Like right now, I made the conscious decision because I have a tendency to constantly add little fucking stupid details, right? But I'm trying to work on that. I'm genuinely like right now, I'm making a conscious decision to add a little cylinder to imply some sort of fucking function, right? But my mind also wants to add a bunch of cylinders here. But is that necessary? Maybe actually in this context, because this is like an additional supporting mechanism, right? Maybe adding a bunch of cylinders that imply design isn't so bad, right? And then maybe I can add a pivot here as well. But again, like I have to think like, well, how wide is this thing? Well, it's this wide, so maybe I'll do something like this, and then that's gonna affect the silhouette, right? But now that's like, okay, like I can see how that arm will maybe move around, right? The way you make fucked up shit look good is crazy. Thank you. I want to be very clear for those of you coming to my channel, right? The whole point is to prove delayed gratification. Like every single video, you're gonna be like, if you actually draw along with me, you'd be like, oh shit, he's never improving in the sense that like it's just so minute, right? But I've had 100 parts of portrait. If you look at my first like part 4 when I started this recent portrait stint and now part 100, right? You'd be like, oh, dude, his understanding of spatial reasoning is astronomically higher. Again, this is 90% of my practice. I want to be very, very clear. This is 90% of my practice. This, just spatial reasoning, trying to fucking see this, the box, the sphere inside the box, the center lines inside the sphere inside the box, every fucking diagonal angle, all the center planes, the ellipses inside each center plane, right? This is my practice. What part of this looks like hard surface to anybody? What part of this looks like any sort of imagination drawing? But you know what this is? It's highly transferable fundamentals. By the way, this is all spoilers for the next 4 parts. So that's why I say draw along, please, because like the result really is not the point. But like you look at this and you're like, okay, that basically looks the same as this, right? But to me, there's so much improvement in nuance and understanding and spatial reasoning. And that's why it's transferable, okay? Because what I'm building is a mental model, an internal 3D simulation that can calculate, spatially reason, and govern space, right? Like that is the point. So when I draw for an hour every single fucking day, right? And when you hopefully draw along with me, the whole point is I reflect your own struggles and I allow you, I become also a conduit for validating the fact that like, oh yeah, he's been doing this for 100 hours. He expects to do this for another 200 hours minimum before he even gets to draw like forms on the face, right? That is patience. You need to literally have monk-like fucking patience, right? Also, the hairline. That's actually one of my new thumbnails. I came up with it recently. It's gonna be out next couple of weeks. Fucking spoiler, right? But like, yeah, that is what I don't even know why I went on that tangent, but I go on that tangent like every fucking time, clearly, right? But looks clean, thank you. But yeah, the way you make fucked up shit look good is crazy. Yeah, again, because it's like it's just your bar, right? In the beginning, my fucked up shit. Let's see. Let's pull out a piece of paper so I don't fuck up this drawing. Right. In the beginning, my fucked up shit was this, right? Which is like I'm trying to draw a cylinder, right? And this was my fucked up shit. Ooh, like this is what I would visualize, and it's normal, by the way. If you're trying to think about a cylinder or an ellipse, right? You have to think about this, and I mean you have to. Like if you actually want to be a good draftsman, you have to think about the plane. You have to think about the minor axis, and then you have to think about the ellipse inside that. But that's really difficult. You know what? You know what took me 100 hours? It took me 150 hours to see this relatively cleanly. Now I can, yeah, now I can actually see it extremely cleanly. But in the beginning, you know what the plane looked like? That. You know, it was actually flickering like this. You know what the ellipse looked like? That's what the ellipse looked like. And it kept going like this. And even now, with like this fucking sphere in the box and all that shit, the sphere 90% of the time looks like this. The box inside of it 90% of the time is just flickering. It's normal, right? Cylinders in space make me fucking mad. Well, that's a mindset problem. So you need to understand that it's not about getting mad, it's about understanding the difficulty of the task, right? Did you expect it to be easy? Did you expect yourself to be able to learn it within a few tries? If the answer is yes, that is the wrong expectation. The only expectation you should have is this is gonna be hard as fuck, and I'm gonna put the work in and just try my best. Again, my videos are a reflection of that. You'll see me constantly over hundreds of hours now. It's been 450, I think 400 plus videos uploaded, right? And it's just consistently trying. And it's normal for this to not exist for hundreds of hours. You're building the mental model. Art is a working memory skill. So when you are practicing, the only real internalization I can and mindset I can give you is the fact that I am actively taxing my working memory. My brain can only hold 4 to 7 pieces of information at the same time, right? I am incapable currently, my mental model, my mental schema, my mental simulation, right, is currently incapable. It does not have a clear, accurate model, right? My efforts are to keep realigning that model. I cannot see the box. I see one line here flickering, one line here, and then randomly it diverges and it's a shit box. Okay, I am aware of that. So I'm going to keep trying over as many hours as it takes to just consolidate and keep doing it in a different angle. So I'm not creating symbols in my mind, but I'm creating an understanding of the space itself. So I want to keep saying it's normal for you to just not see multiple times and yet still try to see. It's normal for you to not have it's even when you do see for it to be completely inaccurate or to lose it within a millisecond because that's what happens to me constantly. It is normal. And yet, over hundreds of hours of endurance, of cognitive endurance, and resting your brain in between your sessions and resting your brain for at least 10 minutes after your session, your brain consolidates the information and does the software update because you push the hardware, which is the brain. I've literally written down the fucking science for this because I keep trying to explain it to people, right? I've written it down. So let me say it again. Okay, this is what's it called? Astrocytic glycogen is a localized fuel in your brain that is rapidly consumed by the prefrontal cortex, i.e., your brain uses this energy source from another part of your brain, which is being used when you're trying to spatially reason and do difficult things regarding spatial reasoning, right? This is to support the high metabolic cost of intensive spatial reasoning. Metabolic exhaustion occurs when output regression happens. Output regression is when your inputs are extremely high, you're taxing your brain, the hardware, but you can't see anything. This is when neuroplasticity is at its absolute highest. And this is when, again, frustration is not the response. It's dopamine. It's joy. It's literally forcing yourself to feel good. Again, I spent the first 2 years with a shit-eating grin. Bro, I literally had this expression on my face. This is the expression I would have on my face every time I made a mistake and just constantly tried to be aware of every mistake I was making. I'd be like this. And I'd just be saying to myself, error, error, error. But now I can just force myself to feel good without looking like a retard. Right? So anything it takes, right? And that is the physical manifestation, right? Output regression is the physical manifestation of these glycogen stores hitting their ceiling, causing your brain's rendering engine to lose fidelity and flicker. And it will constantly flicker, right? Which is why you keep resting your brains. These 10, 20-second gap effects during practice and the 10-minute rest afterwards exists for your brain to refresh and consolidate the information and to replay the information at 10 to 20 times the speed, right? To update its mental model. So yeah, uh, the friction is much better than the sensation of doodling. 100% I agree, right? Because you can train yourself to enjoy friction because friction is growth, right? And I love drawing difficult things. Me too. I love drawing difficult things as well, right? This was extremely difficult. And this actually looks like a Gundam. I'm still very proud of myself for this looking like a fucking Gundam. I'm not gonna lie. I do feel as if something right here should be happening, right? Like I do feel as if I should be adding something here, but that's just my brain wanting to add something. Maybe we'll just do this, right? We'll just add like a little cutout, right? And that probably made it worse. Who fucking knows? Yeah, I think that made it worse. Actually, the white space was really good, but yeah, see, that literally made it worse. The white space was really good, so that wasn't the right thing to add, right? Anybody here? Did that make sense? Did that inspire you? Did you bust a goddamn nut? Did you cream yourself? I hope you did. Genuinely, I hope you did. Right? Hashtag Viggy famming. But yeah, that's okay. We're done with the session. This was good. Um, Yeah, it took me an hour. I was I think did I spend most of the time drawing or talking? I don't fucking know, but I definitely designed something, and that was really fun. This looks legit now. I'm actually very proud of this. That it actually looks like a battle scene is happening. We just need to make sure that the other arm is also like attacking him because we want to, composition be like, oh, it's following this flow, it's going that way. Like, not that I understand it that well, right? But like this does look pretty cool. It actually does look like he's staring this jet down while being like, "All right, yo, you're not even a fucking threat." This is actually, I think, genuinely, this looks cool. This is actually like I'm proud of myself. You know that it didn't come out exactly how I wanted, of course, but it did happen. Like it's pretty close, right, in terms of just the intent. So on the low, what the fuck? What does that mean? Is this slang? On the low to you too, brother. On the low to you. On the low to you as well. Yeah, man, I'm on the low so fucking hard right now. On the low, on the low. Or do you mean underlay? Like, as in, like, hurry up. I feel as if the gesture for this could have been better, but I'm just gonna leave it because if I make anything now, it's gonna look stupid. I think. Oh no, he's gonna do the thing. He's gonna draw when he shouldn't be adding anything. Oh, oh, that actually did make it. Like again, it's like the diagonals, like the gesture. The gesture is basically, from what I understand, is like exaggerated C curves, S curves. Like you have to think about that shit. So this is technically like a C, right? And then this is the S, right? Like this is a C. Like again, like you can't think about that shit when you're fucking just trying to be like, how do I draw an arm, man? What am I trying to design, man? What's the space looking like? But it's like, so just like that general thing you try to keep in mind. Like this is literally an S, right? Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. On the low indeed. But I mean, to anybody who was new, cool. I'm glad you guys came on. Again, draw along with me. I really need that fucking retention, but shit's dying. Right? We're in the deep foundation era of the Viggy archive, right? You guys will look back at this 5 years from now in my portraits, be like, oh shit, of course he was building an extremely strong spatial engine. Of course he was doing this all as a foundation. Of course it was transferable. Wow, his portraits are amazing. Wow, look, when he started figures, it's just he internalized and applied all the information so much faster because he spent 500 hours on portraits, and not just portraits, but internalizing the spatial reality and calculation and foundation of portraiture, right? In hindsight, again, this archive will continue to gain value in hindsight. Me drawing this now, when you look back at my channel and you go to like fucking literally my first video, apart from my intro video, you'd be like, oh shit, oh okay, like it's only been a year and a half. Oh okay, interesting. Like what the fuck? Again, it all gains value in hindsight and retrospect. So this is just me trying to fucking this is me trying to sell you on the Viggy stock. Guys, trust me, it has value. It appreciates over time. But fuck, man, it's 3:19. I gotta go to piano. I gotta practice piano, and then I gotta go to piano. But everybody who was here, I hope you drew along. I hope you had fun. Right? This is actually like this is starting to look pretty sick. What obviously needs to happen next is it was nice drawing with you. Hope to see more of you, dude. Bye, Viggy. Hey, thank you for reaching Troubledos and Dead Angel. I do try to stream at least like every Friday, but just some like many times there'll be like a 1 week gap, 2 week gap, whatever the fuck. But The point is, yeah, I do try to stream, but my main videos are the ones you should be drawing along with. I just keep saying the same shit over and over, and hopefully it inspires you to continue to draw along with me, right? Or at least gives you a fuck you, bro. Just keep me on the background, give me retention, die. But with that being said, right? As always, good shit. Thank you for coming on my face. And with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, give my money. And not to always do the awkward